Look, Golden North started when the Boker family moved to Laura, where we are today, in 1880. And they started by just milking their cows and selling some fresh veggies that they were growing. Then when electricity came to the area in the 1920s, they started making ice to keep the milk cold. Then in 1923, in this very factory here, they started making ice cream. And it's been producing ice cream ever since then. There's 5 South Australian families own Golden North, and we run it like a family business. We still think the best way to make ice cream is using fresh milk and fresh cream, and so that's exactly what we do. The factory itself is the exact same factory as it was back in the 1920s, but you'd hardly recognise it. Inside it's changed a lot. So we've got automatic fillers, but we've still got hand fillers. There are certain products it is far better to hand fill. My favourite part of the factory is the boiler. To do milk processing, you have to have heat to pasteurise the milk, and that comes from steam. We have a wood-fired boiler that runs that process. So the boiler itself is just over 100 years old, but that boiler runs the most consistent temperature, and it just runs the whole heating process for the whole factory. The staff here at Laura are all locals. So Laura itself is about 550 people. We employ about 70. So it's a fairly important part of the town. We are the biggest employers in Laura. The Golden North philosophy is very much that the best ice cream is made with the freshest ingredients. And by bringing the milk straight from the farm to us, you can't get any fresher unless you had a cow sitting next to me. That's the way we've approached it. It's the way we always will, and it's why I think consumers love Golden North so much, because you can taste the fresh dairy in it. And working with another company like Drake Supermarkets, that are also proudly South Australian, they honestly do support South Australian manufacturers, and we appreciate that relationship. I mean, we've been working with Roger for many, many years now. I mean, I've known him for 25 years. So that relationship has been going for a long time. One thing I'm convinced of here in South Australia is that the local consumers want to support local manufacturers. They understand how important it is to have food manufacturing here in this state, because without it, we'd have to bring it all from interstate, and that wouldn't help our economy at all. So the passion that South Australian consumers have for South Australian products and South Australian retailers is second to none.